I wake up and I eat. My enabler brings a feast. Blame my trauma, blame my past, blame my anxiety. Call doctor now, tell him lies, throw a fit and then I cry. Yeah, I know it's do or die, but you don't know what it's like. Let me tell you about my 600-pound life.
Well. You saw the title, you heard the jingle, you know what we're here to do. Today, we are deep diving into one of the most iconic stories on 600-Pound Life. Now, this is an older story, but trust me, it's gonna go down in history, and it is still talked about to this day. 2,000 years from now, when humans have finally offed themselves, the aliens are going to study this episode and just be confuddled. The aliens are going to be like, well, what species of human is this? It's the man, the myth, the legend, James King. Now, we will be covering everything that happened in both his original episode and his Where Are They Now episode. So as you can see from the length of this video, it's going to be a long one. So I'm gonna need you to do more than just strap in for this one. I'm gonna need you to put a whole roller coaster lap bar down and secure your valuables, because this story is gonna be like going on one of those drop rides. You're probably gonna scream, it's probably gonna upset your tummy, and it's just gonna go straight downhill. Now, I need to make two very important disclaimers, and if you skip these disclaimers, I don't want to see any complaints in the comment section about how I didn't warn y'all. There will be some pretty sensitive topics and, more importantly, disturbing images in this video. However, I have installed a warning system. A message will flash on screen. That means I'm about to show y'all some wild, diabolical shit. I'm going to try to keep most of the nastiness towards the beginning of this video, but honestly, it's just nastiness throughout. You have been warned. Also, second important disclaimer, this man did unfortunately pass away. I understand the weight and seriousness of the situation. I understand that this was a result of a terrible addiction, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not gonna hold back on my regular savage ass raw commentary. Like, I'm sorry. I do have empathy, but that never stopped my dark sense of humor. And before someone says, oh, how would you like it if someone was making fun of your deceased loved ones? Let me tell you something. No matter how dark and fucked up the situation is, Momo's always gonna find room for a little jokey joke. I'm always gonna find room for a little jokey joke. I don't know. I think there's something seriously wrong with me, but now I've made a YouTube career out of it. So you can bitch at me in the comments if you want to, but you have been warned. Also, please make sure that you subscribe and you like the video, because if not, my cat Nova is going to be really upset at you. And do you really want that cat to be disappointed in you? So please subscribe and like the video so YouTube knows my videos are worth a damn. Okay, now let's finally get into this story, y'all. Buckle up. So as usual, the first couple shots you see are some B-roll shots of the neighborhood and the nearby nature. And then boom! We see James King for the first time. And y'all, I don't know about you, but the first thought that popped into my head was, good googly moogly. Good golly almighty, that's a big mother trucker right there. That's a big boy. And you know it's gonna be a bad one when they got that oxygen mask on. You know, when there's a whole mini hospital room set up in the living room, you know it's gonna be a bad case. James said the first thing he does when he opens his eyes in the morning is thank the good Lord for another day. And I said, yeah, I bet you do, buddy. Because James is so big, you would think this was AI. Like, if this wasn't an older episode, you'll be like, nah, they did some post-edit special effect on this. There's no way that he's that big. The first thing we see is James. The next thing we see is James' legs. Y'all, the first time you see James' legs, it's like a damn jump scare. James looking like a boss fight in a horror game.
And it feels like my legs are just starting to rot. Thank you, Lord, for another day, because I don't know how many I have left.
I mean, it's giving T-virus, it's giving that zombie fungus virus from The Last of Us. Like, it's just diabolical. James explains that he is completely bedbound and he has been this way for the past 3 years. He said, I've never been to jail, but that's when I'm in.
But I've been bedbound close to 3 years now. I've never been to jail, but I feel like that's what I'm in.
Nah, you're not just in jail, buddy. you in fucking Alcatraz, because it has to be absolutely hell on earth to be this big. Now he calls Lisa, who is his partner, so she can start helping him with his day. Now Lisa is the main caretaker and enabler in this situation, and for those of us who have already watched this episode, we know that Lisa is a problem. Like she's a big problem. Like Lisa is an aunt. This is one crazy heifer right here. But we will get to that later on. We gotta let the story unfold first. Dana's like, I used the bathroom. I'ma need to be cleaned up.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom. I need to be cleaned up.
Okay. All right, give me a minute.
I said, aw shit, here we go. Here we go. So Lisa has the nerve to grab James' teenage daughter to help with this cleaning up process. Y'all, they gotta lift this man up and tilt him on the side. They gotta lift him up exactly how they do Patrick's rock on SpongeBob.
Okay.
Go slow, Mom. He cannot bathe himself. He cannot use the restroom. He has to wear a catheter.
So they clean the pee-pee and poo-poo off of him, but James explained that the bathing process is a whole different story because it takes a whole team of people. We see Lisa and the daughter come out with like a 50 stack of pads, 2 water buckets, 6 different products. Then we see James' friends walk in to help Lisa and the daughter bathe him.
So there are a couple of my friends that come to help,
What's up, old man?
Hey.
but I feel like I'm a burden.
Y'all, them some good ass friends, because I would have came up with every excuse in the book if they asked me to do that shit. Oh, I would love to help, but I got an appointment that day. Oh, you said what about next week? Ooh, I'm actually hibernating all next week. Yeah, it's a new beauty trend on TikTok. It's supposed to be good for your skin. So they come in and they hoist him on his side. And I'm like, why are none of y'all wearing back braces? Because I feel like you need to come in there equipped like you work in construction. Like you need a hard hat and steel-toed boots for this job right here. I come in that bitch looking like Bob the Builder, right? Let me just tell y'all what I would do. I would come in there, hard hat, back brace, tool belt just in case, and then I'm putting a big ass hazmat suit over my whole entire fit, doing some warm-up exercises like, you know, some wrist circles, some of these, and then maybe, just maybe, I would feel prepared to lift this mofo. Now let me know in the comments right now, if you had to help come over to bathe James, how would you prepare yourself? So they hoist his ass up and James starts bitching and moaning because he's in pain. They ease him down, they rotate him to the other side, and he's like, I can't breathe good.
Whoa.
Okay.
But I have no choice because I have to stay clean or things will get much worse for me. Oh, easy, Lisa.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Ow, my leg.
I got
Let
it.
go, somebody got the fingernails in my
I got
leg.
it. Sorry.
I can't breathe good.
Yeah, I bet you can. You got 20 pounds of titty sitting on your airway. But whose fault is that, James? So then the daughter goes on to explain that they actually pulled her out of school so she can help Lisa take care of her dad?
My mom pulled me out of school because I have to help with my dad.
What kind of shit is that? Y'all, most parents on the show, even the ones who are exploiting their kids, at least make sure they get their ass to school every day. You mean to tell me you didn't let this girl finish her education all because you fucked up your body and life? Like, you already can't be a proper father to her. The least you can do is let the girl finish school. So they finished cleaning him up and finally put a blanket over him, and I'm like, thank God. Cover his ass up. Because he's too big for clothes. All they could do is throw a protective covering over his ass. So now it's time for the backstory. Listen to this mess, y'all. James said his early childhood was good, but he was raised by just his father because his mom was struggling with alcoholism and really wasn't in his life. Things were fine until the dad remarried and moved in with the stepmom who had a bunch of kids on her own. So all of a sudden they became a family of 8. And I guess they didn't have enough money to feed all these mouths and shit. Like, they didn't have enough money to take care of all these kids. So food started getting sparse. And so James just started storing up for the winter whenever he could.
And things were good until he met my stepmom Lolita, and got remarried. She had 4 kids of her own already. So all of a sudden, we were a family of 8. But my dad didn't make enough to provide for a family that big. And I never knew if we were gonna have enough to eat. So I just started to eat much as I could when I got the chance.
At 15, he finally reconnected with his mom, but unfortunately this was short-lived because his mom died of liver cancer, and then like right at the same time, his family house burned down, and this obviously caused James to spiral out of control, and he hit around 400 pounds at 18.
But in a matter of just a few months, my mom died of liver cancer because she drank so much. And at the same time as we was burying my mother, we get a phone call that our family home had burnt down. I just couldn't handle all that. And by the time I was 18, I was just about 400 pounds.
However, when he was 20, he met Lisa. Now, Lisa was already married to another guy, but apparently her husband was abusive. So her and James started having an affair and ended up having several kids together.
But even though I was still gaining a lot, things got a little better when I was 20 because that's when I met Lisa. And she was married with 4 kids, but her husband was very abusive. Over time, as we continued seeing each other, Lisa got pregnant with Austin, and then she got pregnant with Bailey.
But Lisa was still with the husband, so I guess the whole time the husband thought that they were his kids, but they were really James' kids. I don't know. It's some Jerry Springer shit. That's all I know.
But I wasn't raising either of them because Lisa was still married to her husband at the time. But I tried to stay in my kids' lives, even though they didn't know I was their father.
Eventually, after a long time, Lisa separated from her husband to be with James, and during all of this, he used food to cope with pretty much everything, and his weight completely spiraled out of control. Eventually, when he was 42, he ended up taking a fall, and he never got back up. That's how a lot of them end up bedbound.
But even though that was a happy time for me, I didn't stop with how much I was eating. So I was still getting bigger. But things got worse when I was 42 because I fell. And I was so big, the fire department had to come and get me up. And I hurt my ankle really bad and I had to stay in the bed and rest. But I'm not even sure if it ever healed because that's the last time I put weight on it. All I know is I'm stuck in this bed every day.
So now it's finally time to see James eat. Now I'm just realizing that we haven't even seen this mofo eat yet because the episode has been entertaining without it. So Lisa and their daughter come back from the grocery store and they get started on his breakfast. Now James said that he gets real impatient waiting on his food, especially when it comes to breakfast. They gotta give him a couple Little Debbie snack cakes just to hold him over until breakfast is ready.
I got your cookies. You want one? Hold you over?
Yeah.
I take him something healthy, then we argue because that's his comfort zone.
Well, is breakfast ready?
No, not yet.
Once I'm up and the day has started, all I'm waiting on is sausage, eggs, and biscuits all covered in gravy.
Lisa and the daughter cook him up what looks like a freaking Golden Corral breakfast buffet. They gotta bring him his breakfast in courses. First course is just a big ass bowl of gravy and biscuit. They literally break up the biscuits and put it in the big bowl of gravy and give it to him in a bowl like it's grits.
Put the biscuits and gravy in a bowl so he's not gonna have room.
How many, Mom?
Probably about 4.
I always feel guilty because we just keep giving food to him.
It looks good, baby.
When I tell him he doesn't need it, he'll get mad and he'll yell.
The main course is a breakfast party platter of sausage, eggs, and more damn biscuits. And then James is like, yeah, just smother gravy all over that. Just smother it all in gravy.
1 for now or
No, 2.
2?
Oh, gravy all over the top.
Almost all of it anyway. There you go.
Y'all, this is some next level supernatural big back shit right here. Like noob level is just a large side of gravy. Pro level is like a big plate of biscuits and gravy. But legendary level is gravy biscuit soup. I have never seen some shit like this, and I grew up country as hell. James is on some next level legendary big backing shit. Later on for dinner, Lisa goes and gets him some damn Arby's. He easily vacuums 3 servings of that up. And the whole time, Lisa is explaining how she knows she's an enabler, but she doesn't know how to stop feeding him.
I know that I'm giving James something that he doesn't need.
And if he doesn't get what he wants, then he's gonna throw a fit and start screaming and cussing and all that here.
But I know that if I don't bring in what he wants, we're gonna get into an argument. It's a big burger. There you go.
You take the paper off.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Here you go.
So basically, this is a 40-something-year-old, 800-pound toddler. Y'all, I'm not about to let a bitch that I'm taking care of cuss me out. I'm gonna be like, hey, keep talking to me crazy, I'm gonna throw you back in the ocean with your whale brethren. Other whales have to hunt to survive, James. You're lucky that you got domesticated. Anyway, they explain that if he doesn't do something, he is gonna die. So they finally decided it's time to do something after he's already 700-800 pounds and bedbound. Cue the start of his journey with Dr. Now's program. So it starts with an initial video call with Dr. Now. James obviously explains that he is in horrible shape. He is bedbound and his cellulitis is out of control, which is all that T-virus looking shit on his legs. He guesses his weight is around 750, and unfortunately, this will not be his highest weight by a long shot.
Well, I've been having a lot of pain in my lower back, and I have some severe cellulitis drainage. I mean, my legs are draining pretty bad.
So what do you think your weight is now?
I want to guess around 750.
Dr. Now is like, okay, so if you're bedbound, who is bringing you the food? Who is the enabler? And of course, it's Lisa. Lisa immediately starts playing dumb, which is already a bad sign. She's like, I don't know. I guess I brought him too much food. I mean, his appetite is just large and in charge. I don't know.
I guess I brought him too much food. I mean, his appetite was just out the roof, I believe. You know, he just...
Dr. Now is like, okay, Lisa, James looks like he will be lucky to see the next 48 hours. So what I'm going to need you to do, Lisa, what I'm going to need you to do is stop fucking feeding him. Can you do that for me, Lisa? Can you do that for me?
Lisa, being bedridden and super obese is very dangerous. So I want you to stop enabling him. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Now also explains that he's going to need medical transport in order to get to Texas because James and Lisa lives in Kentucky. James thought he was just going to ride in a van all the way there, and Dr. Now is like, think again, playa, because you wouldn't make it the first 30 miles. Now they have to figure out how to get him medical transport to see Dr. Now. And in the meantime, of course, Dr. Now starts him on the 1,200 calorie diet plan. It's the 2 main things that he has to do, and he's already stressed out about it.
All right, James. Here's your homework in the meantime. So I'm going to email you a diet, and I want to start you on 1,200 calories a day, and I want you to start to exercise your upper body every day.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I am too, I'm just nervous because it's still hills to climb.
So basically, we come to find out that the insurance company absolutely refuses to pay for his medical transport.
It's been a couple of weeks since I talked to Dr. Now about coming to Houston. And we've been fighting our insurance company, but they just keep giving us the runaround. So Dr. Now wrote them saying it was a matter of life and death, and they still denied it.
Y'all, you could need a new heart and insurance will be like, ain't nothing wrong with that old heart. It just need a jump start every now and again. The best we can do for you is some jumping cables. But if you upgrade to our premium plan, we'll throw in a box of heart healthy Cheerios. So they came up with this plan to start a GoFundMe. They even get the local news station involved to try to get some clout and beg for help. I guess nothing exciting happens in their town, so the news reporters were like, fuck it, this will pull in some views for shock factor.
James King's mind is somewhere else.
I see myself back on my feet, driving, being normal.
His girlfriend Lisa Razor and her daughter are the ones caring for him most.
I've got to see him get on his feet.
Some hope has come now that an out-of-state doctor has offered to help, but there's still a lot of details to be worked out.
Now the GoFundMe goal was $15,000.
How about, in case you have any extra medical bills, we'll just set it at 15. It's not like you're gonna get that much anyway.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay. Asking for money is hard to do. We are so thankful for anything you can do, and James will be too.
Sounds good to me.
$15,000? Oh, hell no, you can buy a whole new car with that. I'm like, hell, y'all go through $5K worth of biscuits and gravy every year. And you pulled your daughter out of school, so it's not like there's a college fund. It's not like there's any school shopping that you gotta worry about. They ain't gotta buy no $100 Texas Instrument calculators or nothing. However, to no one's surprise, the GoFundMe only raises like $300 after 3 months.
And we've only been able to raise a little over $300. That's nowhere near what I need, so I'm really depressed right now.
The people were like, shit, we already donate every time they take Social Security out of my check because you know he on disability. They were like, shit, I donate every time I get my pay stub and I see the difference between that gross pay and what actually hit my direct deposit. And furthermore, there's like innocent kids and puppies and shit dying. Like, you're the one who ate yourself to the size of a luxurious RV. So James uses this as an excuse to completely give up and just stop trying. He says there ain't no point if he can't get help.
Because what's the point of being on any diet if I can't get help? We've tried everything. Dr. Nazardin's tried everything, including fighting and arguing with the insurance company. And the only thing that's gonna make the days enjoyable is to keep eating what I want and as much as I want, because there's no point in trying to stop right now.
So what about your family having an easier time taking care of your ass? So what about trying to gain a little bit of mobility so you're not in excruciating pain with all that bubble gut shit on your fucking legs? No, just forget all that. We just gonna eat. So we see Lisa bringing him a massive platter of steak and potatoes. And after he cleared that platter, Lisa has the nerve to ask him if he wants some more.
Would you like some more?
Yeah.
Don't eat too much and get sick.
Notice how she is the one who offered and suggested more food. Keep that in mind. But that's not all, folks, because after he clears the second platter of steak and potatoes, they got the nerve to bring up dessert. And this heifer brings him the biggest, thickest, fattest piece of pie I have ever seen in my life.
So I'll just eat.
How's that look?
In my 27 years of living, I have never seen a piece of pie this big. Bro, that thing could feed a whole kid's birthday party. That pie looked like it came from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So basically, James is still stuck and doesn't know what to do right now. We see James' father come over to visit him. I'm gonna call James' dad Pops, okay? Both him and James explain that Pops is constantly very stressed out and worried about James, especially when he comes over to check on him.
Hey, son. Hey, Dad. How you feeling? Pretty good. My dad is worried to death. When he comes over at times, he just gets so stressed out, looking at me and checking on me.
Every day I worry about James. I worry about him being in that bed.
So they're sitting there talking about how they wish James could get up so he could help on the family farm and all that. And all of a sudden, Pops start puking everywhere and just getting sick as a dog. And I'm like, Pops, you okay, Pops? You all right?
You all right? Lisa?
Like, somebody do something. Like he needs a Bayer's aspirin. He needs some milk. He needs something. It gets so bad that they have to call 911 and Pops is rushed to the emergency room.
When I'm stuck in this bed and something happens to my dad, it makes me very mad that I can't get up.
I don't know, it just felt like somebody turned me. Like my head was just going around and,
This is my worst nightmare come true. My father needs me, and all I can do is sit there. They're taking Dad to the hospital.
I'm like, oh no, not Pops, man. Not Big Pops. Turns out he had a mini stroke. And I'm like, that's because you stressing this man out, James. Sitting there eating Munster pies and shit, knowing your family is suffering. Hell, I'd have a stroke if I had to come over and look at your ass too. Because you just stressful as hell to look at. Like, you just provoke anxiety. But fortunately, they do get Pop stable and he is okay. Now, since James and Lisa can't afford medical transport, their Delulu ass tries to resort back to taking him in the van. However, before they can even get to that step, they have to figure out how they're gonna get him from the living room into the van. So they call the fire department to see if this is even possible, and I'll be damned if the firefighters don't have to come over for an assessment. Like, they had to do a damn consultation for James. The fireman is like, yeah, I can already tell this ain't gonna work, but you know, let's go ahead and take some measurements.
In my opinion, for his medical welfare, we would definitely prefer him go with a medical team.
Since we don't have funds for that, we have no choice. We're just going to try to put him in the van.
That's definitely going to make a challenge getting him out the door and down the ramp and
in the van.
We could take a look at the van, do some measurements, and
Okay.
hold it there, Doug.
Y'all, they measure this man like he's a piece of furniture. From toe to toe. James is 5 feet across because he can't close his legs all the way. Like, this man is wider than my desk.
Looking at almost 5 feet.
More than I thought.
How wide's that door?
2'8".
Okay, so we'll definitely have to go on your side.
And then the doorway is only like 2.5 feet or something like that. And the fireman is like, yeah, there's literally no way I can get my team into the small ass living room because James takes up most of the living room just by himself, let alone somehow turn you on your side to get you out the door.
And you're talking 6 to 8 guys. That's a narrow space to get you through initially with 6 to 8 guys.
And Lisa's like, well, can you at least measure the space in the back of the van to see if he would get in there? And the fireman is like, you know what, sure. If it will make you feel better, ma'am, I'll go ahead and measure. Y'all, the van is not even wide enough to fit James' ass up in it. The fireman is like, well, I wish I had better news for you, buddy, but see the way your physics is set up, it's just impossible. Like, we did the calculations and the calculator just read stupid across the top. So now Lisa and James are even more discouraged and it seems like all hope is lost. But then Pops comes to James' rescue. He has always been there for him, raised him as a single dad, and now he is here to sacrifice again for his son. Pops refinances his house so James can get to Texas.
When my dad told me he refinanced his home, I was speechless. He has always been there for me, even when I can't give that back to him.
I said, oh, now you have to do this, James. Now you gotta be successful. Yo daddy is gonna have to pick up shifts as a Walmart greeter just to pay off this lien he done put on his house just to get your colossal ass down to Texas. It's official. James and Lisa are moving to Texas and the whole family comes over to help them pack because this has to be a one-way trip. The next day, the firefighter team comes to try and get James out of the house and into the medical transport. Y'all, the fucking ordeal it is to get James in that ambulance was absolutely ridiculous. They had to call the whole department out for this. Like, the whole department probably just called it a day after this and went to Jimmy John's or something because, woo, this was something else.
So my biggest fear is getting through the door to get outside.
What rail?
They're pushing down on my legs too much.
All right, not so much pressure on the legs.
Try to keep it on the hips.
Go ahead, pull on me all you need to. I'm not going anywhere. Pull this way.
That's good. 1, 2, 3.
I don't think he moved.
They had to slide him on the stretcher with a sheet. There was men all on top of the bed and everything. These firefighters were like, God damn, we lift burning roofs off of people and it was easier than this.
I need you to suck in, hold your breath while I go through this door, all right?
I know.
All right, James, brother, keep your elbows in best you can, all right?
Watch my legs, please.
We got your legs.
Oh, my legs.
Okay.
We got you, brother.
I just cut my legs.
We ain't gonna cut
We got you.
Almost there.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, it's over. It's done.
3.
And you know it stank up in there too, because let's keep it a buck, it probably smelled like infection and depression in that bitch. And when they move him around, it probably just stirs up the stench. Firefighters are like, damn, like breathing in smoke fumes is easier than this. But they finally managed to get him in the ambulance. James is looking scared as hell, but it's too late now. They head off. They drive this mofo 16 hours straight to Houston. No stops.
I know James has been in pain the whole trip. He's been in the ambulance for about 16 hours.
Oh man, that is so rough. We are fixing to be at the hospital. Oh, thank God.
I know that was the hungriest and most miserable James has been in his entire life. This is the guy that has to eat a couple snack cakes just to hold him over till breakfast. So they finally get to Houston and James is like, we're about to roll up to the hospital. Oh, thank God. Honestly, I would be saying the same thing after a 16-hour drive, and I'm a normal-sized, able-bodied person. But the hell is far from over because they gotta get his ass out the ambulance and into a proper hospital room. James immediately starts freaking out over his damn legs. He goes into full panic mode. He's like, wee woo, wee woo.
Got it, okay?
Oh, don't let my leg drop.
I'm trying not to, James.
Oh, don't let my legs go. Oh, no, pick them up. Oh,
Give me that orange.
damn, get in there.
Don't drop my legs. Don't drop my legs. Oh, my leg. They're like, James, calm down. We got you. No, you're gonna drop me. Don't drop me.
Oh, my legs. Oh,
Keep your hands in, James.
don't drop me. Don't drop me.
They get him down. They start rolling him inside. And he's like, I'm falling off. I'm falling off. You're not falling off, James. You're fine. He's like, yes, I am.
Falling off the stretcher.
No, you're not. It's okay.
I'm falling
Stay
off.
beside of him,
You're not
Bailey.
falling off, buddy. You're not falling off.
Yes, I am.
It's okay.
Oh, my leg.
James had his eyes shut, holding on to the stretcher like he was at Six Flags. So they finally get him inside, and he is still hooting and hollering. Chaos is ensuing. Doctor now just scrolls up to the scene, calm and casual as fuck.
Yeah, this foot's right here, so sort of tilt that side. That way. We gotta get his leg over first. This one.
Hello.
Doctor now gets that entire fiasco together within a few minutes. He's like, all right, first of all, James, how you doing, James? First of all, I'm gonna need you to calm the hell down and tell me what's wrong. James, of course, explains that he is in terrible pain. Dr. Now's like, all right, go ahead and move him to the proper bed. Let's get him situated, and then I'm going to do my assessment, and we will go from there. Now, it's very obvious that James has not lost any weight, and he is looking in even worse shape than he was. No, it's already been 4 months since the initial video call.
Now that James is finally arrived in Houston, we can do a full examination on him and see how he's doing. But just looking at him, you can tell that he's in pretty bad state. His cellulitis is out of control, and he doesn't look to have lost any weight in the past 4 months.
Doctor now asks him how his eating habits have been, and he has the nerve to say much better.
So how is your eating habit coming since I talked to you last time?
Much better.
Doctor now is like, you know what? This is some bullshit. Let me talk to Lisa. Where is Lisa at? Because they've been here for 5 minutes and they already pissing me the hell off. Doctor now proceeds to read Lisa to filth for feeding James to death. Lisa is the one bringing him food. James can't get up to do shit. Now, James, of course, puts the food in his mouth. He's the one eating it, but the man has a serious addiction, which is a mental disorder.
You are bringing the food, you're helping him to kill him. So why are you doing that?
Because if I don't bring it to him, I will pay hell all the rest of the day.
How the hell is he gonna raise the hell in the bed?
If we don't give him what
He can scream all he wants to. You are the one that you got him in this bed, and you're the one making his life miserable right now.
I've been trying to get him out of that bed.
No, you're not.
Lisa again tries to make the excuse that if she doesn't bring the food, there will be hell to pay. Lady, shut the hell up. We already saw you offering food, happily bringing him big ass platters of food and Munster pies. Doctor now is like, how the hell is he gonna raise hell from the bed? He can't even get up. Well, he screams and shouts and everything. Doctor now is like, he can scream and shout all he wants to.
How the hell is he gonna raise the hell in the bed?
If we don't give him what
He can scream all he wants to. Is this the lifestyle of a human being? This is a miserable lifestyle.
No, I'm not blaming everybody. I'm not blaming him.
Look, if you all don't change the diet right now, he's gonna go back to Kentucky. I'm not gonna take care of him.
I'm feeding him like he wants me to, but I'm not doing it purposely
All right,
because
let's
I
talk
love
to him. James?
Lisa's like, well, I just bring him what he wants. Dr. Now is like, all right, let's talk to James then. Let's talk to James. Now, James was already shaking in his boots because Dr. Now is already getting into Lisa's ass. It's like when you're a kid and your sibling is getting punished for something and you know you're up next. He over there shaking like a leaf. He's shaking like a leaf, y'all. Now, this man has just been riding for 16 hours, just had a panic attack, and now he's about to get his ass handed to him by Dr. Now. And I almost felt bad for him, but then I remembered that big ass slice of pie he was eating. Y'all, I am sorry, but I cannot get over that pie, and I cannot get over that biscuit gravy soup. Dr. Now goes up to James and it's like, so what's going on? You know, you're yelling at your family when they don't bring you food? Yeah, I'll argue with her. I get mad. Dr. Now was like, what is the point in doing all this if you're not willing to make the changes and you haven't lost any weight? James is like, well, I only talked to you for the first time like 4 months ago.
If they don't bring you food, what are you gonna do to her? Scream, yell?
You usually argue with her?
That's all.
Well, I get mad.
What are you coming to Houston for? What I see here, this is not a weight loss.
I just talked to you for the first time. I think, 4 months ago.
Dr. Now is like, bro, you could have easily dropped 100 pounds by then. What are you talking about? This man really sat there and said only 4 months ago. Then James gets officially weighed in and the scale says 735 buckaroos.
2, 3, let's go.
This is unacceptable. 735 pounds.
Just as a comparison, because I looked it up, this man is the size and weight of a teenage elephant. Not a baby elephant, a teenager, like a juvenile. But again, and I hate to tell you this, but this is not his highest recorded weight. So after they get him settled down and they run some tests, Dr. Now comes back into the room for another visit. He is like, all right, look, you're stable, but your body is barely functioning. You know, it's like an old ass AC unit. Like it's running, but it's barely doing a damn thing.
Okay, some good news and some bad news. Everything is stable, but your body is barely functioning. If you continue with this path that you're doing right now, I don't think you're gonna live more than a month or two.
Dr. Now is like, since you didn't do well on the 1,200 calorie diet, I'm gonna drop your ass down to 800 calories a day.
You didn't do well with the 1,200 calorie a day diet. So I'm going to start you an 800 calorie a day diet immediately so you can start to get used to it.
I was like, damn, 800 calories? James could eat that in a couple of bites. His farts got 800 calories in them. To put that into perspective, some people consume that in Starbucks every day. That's literally like a salted caramel mocha and a croissant, bitch. So a month goes by and it's finally time for James to get out of the hospital. Now he has lost 50 pounds in the hospital on a controlled diet, and his goal is to go home and lose another 85 on his own. And you know he had to put on the dramatics when they were trying to move him. They're trying to squeeze him past stuff to get him into the new apartment down there in Texas. And James starts yelling before he even touch any damn. He just like being a goddamn victim.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
What?
Something just...
No, it just touched you. It just touched you. Okay? You're gonna have to let some stuff touch. Put your arm up here, okay? Put your arm up there.
Watch my feet. Watch my feet.
He's got your foot.
Come on, let go of the arm. Put your hand down.
1, 2, 3.
The EMT was so sick of his ass. The EMT was like, look, you're gonna have to get scraped up, bitch. All right? When you're 5 feet wide, you're getting scraped on the sides. That's just how life goes. I don't know what to tell you. So they get him settled into the new apartment, and James claims that he has been doing the diet and exercising. We see him lifting a couple dumbbells and eating some tilapia. He says that the diet is really hard, but he's sticking with it no matter what. 3 days later, this bitch is back in the hospital with probes and shit attached to his forehead, looking stupid, talking about he was experiencing chest pains and shortness of breath. He's like, I only cheated a couple times on the diet, so I don't know what's going on.
My chest is killing me, and I feel like this is it. I've only cheated a couple times, so I don't know what the problem is.
Y'all, I've watched this show long enough, so take my word for it. Whenever they say I only cheated a couple times, that means they weren't on the damn diet. You can't cheat on something you never committed to in the first place. Turns out that James went into heart failure. What a shock. They had to put a central line in this man and everything, right? 10 days later, he's about to get out the hospital again. The nurse is taking out his central line and he is just being a big fucking toddler about it. Like, y'all, I know it's nerve-wracking to get a tube snatched out of your freaking neck, but like, whose fault is that, James? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? When will you learn that your actions have consequences? The nurse was like, take a deep breath. He was like, no.
Oh. So they had to put a central line in his artery in his throat to get the meds to him fast. Now take a deep breath.
No.
He takes the tube out and he's like, am I gonna bleed out now?
It wasn't that bad, was it?
Am I gonna bleed out?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you, James? Why would they take the tube out if you were gonna bleed out without it? Like, you you freaking goober. So he gets out of the hospital and goes back home. Now, I need to put a trigger warning on the next segment that we're about to watch. Not because it's nasty, not because sensitive topics are discussed, but because what you're about to see and hear is about to piss you off so bad that I would stop doing anything that requires your detailed attention. Like, if you're listening to this while you're driving, because I know some of y'all do that, if you're handling a fragile item, if you're cooking on a hot stove, just pause for a damn minute. Pull over the whole damn car. So we catch up with James and Lisa. He is back from the hospital from having heart failure and a heart surgery where his heart was giving out on him. Keep that in mind. He says that he's been trying to follow the diet, but it's just been so hard since the heart incident. And then Lisa got into a wreck, so now they don't have a car. So they have no choice but to order takeout.
But ever since I've had my heart failure, all that stress and stuff has been making it hard for me to resist my cravings. The biggest setback has been losing the use of our car. Lisa was driving down the freeway and her tires started to come off. So we have to order out a lot right now.
While I was out there getting the drinks, the security man told me that they've ticketed my car and they're...
How unfortunate, man. Y'all, somehow Lisa's car has prevented this man from drinking water and he has to drink Fanta now. Damn. He also has to order complete bullshit from these takeout restaurants because they don't have a car. He has no choice but to eat massive portions of the most unhealthiest option. Ain't that a damn shame? Like, this man can't catch a break. He is trying as hard as he can, and it's just like one thing after the another. So James is sitting there with a full sugar soda, and Lisa asks him if he is hungry, and he's like, yeah, I'm starving. My head hurt.
You hungry?
Yeah, I'm starving. My head's hurting.
What do you think you want? I have some fish.
Lisa's like, what do you want? I have fish, I have veggies. He's like, I don't want that shit. I'm tired of the same shit.
What do you think you want? I have some fish.
I don't want that. I'm tired of the same stuff.
Order me some Chinese, fried rice and egg roll. Lisa's like, that's not on the diet. The paper says you can't have rice. He's like, but it's fried.
You don't want fish or shrimp?
No, I don't want that. Order me Chinese. Egg rolls and rice, fried rice.
But rice is on that paper that we're not supposed to have.
It's fried.
It's still rice. Fried is
Well,
worse.
that's what I want.
So after he bitches a bit more, Lisa gets him the damn Chinese food and brings him over a giant platter of that. And she's like, I hope this won't spoil you. I can't let it. I won't let this set me back. I'll double up on my exercise.
Food.
Got it. Well, at least maybe that'll take care of your headache.
You gonna give me one little rig roll?
I gave you 2.
Oh.
It's good for a change. I just hope this doesn't set you back.
I don't think it'll set me back because I'm just gonna have to exercise more. Double up.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So instead of 10 dumbbell lifts, he's gonna do 20 dumbbell lifts, and that should offset the thousands of calories that he just consumed. Smart. Big brain shit. Big brain shit. And then they got the nerve to mention dessert, and after he ate an entire food court mall worth of Chinese food, Lisa brings him over more damn pie.
I hope this don't spoil you.
I can't let it,
I know.
because then I will mess up what I've done.
Yeah, I won't let this ruin my progress. I just need to find a balance between the things that I enjoy and the diet food.
Life is meant to be enjoyed, so I just had to find a balance between the things I enjoy and what I need to do. I know I'm making good progress, so surgery is the next step. And I'm hoping I get approved the next time I see the doctor.
First of all, what progress? Because you looking larger than life right now, my guy. Second of all, you don't need to balance shit unless it's weighing vegetables on a food scale. Why the fuck do you think you deserve a balance when you've gotten yourself to the point where your heart is trying to clock out? Like, your heart has been in overtime for God knows how long. Meanwhile, Pops is drowning in mortgage payments, loan sharks circling his house and shit. Also, you can eat Chinese food and pie? The daughter can't finish school. She's up there crying and scared that her father is gonna die. And you're sitting up here eating Chinese food and pie. All the massive amounts of resources, the first responders, the healthcare workers, the time, money, and energy that has gone into trying to get you some help. All the people that had to lift you are popping Advil right now because their back has never been the same since they had to lift your ass. All so you can sit there and eat Chinese food and pie. Let me calm down. Let me take a sip of my beverage because this right here just don't make no damn sense. He gonna have my damn heart acting up for real. So month 7, and James said he has been so stressed out with all the family has to deal with. Like he does anything at all besides lay there and run the food bill up. And he missed his last appointment with Dr. Now because of everything going on.
I haven't made it back to the doctor yet because we've had so much to deal with as a family. But I'm excited to show him my progress and get approved for weight loss surgery. But I just can't commit to something like surgery till Lisa figures out her car and we pay all the bills.
Now, I want to focus on Lisa here for a minute because Lisa goes on to explain that she is spiraling just mentally and physically, like she cannot take anymore.
And I've been doing pretty good up until about a month ago, and emotionally I'm just going downhill.
She says that she feels completely trapped and doesn't even want to be here anymore, but she can't just abandon him either.
Even though I feel like I'm at my breaking point, I can't give up on him. I have to keep going. I have to. I feel trapped because I can't leave, and sometimes I don't want to stay.
They're getting ready to go to bed, and Lisa can't even sleep in the damn bedroom because James wants her to sleep right next to him so she can take care of his needs and look after him. So this woman has to sleep on the fucking floor.
I'm fixing to go to bed.
You know, sleep in here? What if I have to go to the bathroom? You won't wake up. You won't be able to hear me. You know, I've been having a lot of trouble breathing and stuff at night. My anxiety's been up.
Okay, I'll just make a pallet in here and sleep in here. You sure you don't need anything else?
No, I'm fine.
All right.
She says that she doesn't know what to do. She feels stuck. She feels trapped.
I can't take it. know what to do because I am stuck.
Now, I'm going to have to be very careful about what I say here. I'm going to be using the word allegedly a lot, but I have watched this episode and the Where Are They Now episode several times. And my theory is that Lisa did in fact decide what she was going to do. I think Lisa made a decision, allegedly, and I think that decision involved giving up on James. And I think she just said, you know what? Might as well not half-ass anything. Might as well just go ahead and bring it on home, allegedly. Month 8, and we get a super special treat. A house visit from Dr. Now, which he used to do on rare occasions when things were looking really damn bad. So because James has missed his last appointment and because he's a McDonald's fry away from meeting his maker, Dr. Now pulls up on his ass to see what the dealio is. And you know the first thing Dr. Now asks is how the diet is going. They immediately start lying like a dog. Oh, it's going good. I'm losing weight. I think I'm losing weight. I feel looser.
So do you feel like you lost any weight?
Yeah, I feel like I feel loose, a lot looser.
It doesn't look like you have lost much weight.
Bro, you shouldn't feel loser. You should feel like a loser. That's what you should feel like. The doctor now is like, boy, you haven't lost any damn weight. Well, this is a new bed, so I'm at a different angle and everything.
For being here for a couple of months, you should have a noticeable change in your body.
Well, I'm on a new mattress too, and it's making my back stick out further too.
Doctor now is like, all right, tell me what he's been eating, Lisa. What has he been eating? 2 eggs and 2 pieces of turkey bacon in the morning. And then he don't even eat lunch. He just has a portion of meat and salad for dinner.
So on a typical day, tell me what he's eating.
For breakfast, 2 eggs, and then he's been having like 2 pieces of turkey bacon, or he hasn't been having lunch. He's been eating supper. 4 ounces of meat. He does have a salad.
Doctor now is like, that's literally impossible. Like if that was true, he would be looking like Tess Holiday right now. Doctor now was like, you know what? I'm putting your ass back in the hospital. I am putting your ass back in the hospital. And if you have really lost weight, we will see when we get to the hospital.
I don't know what we're doing wrong, and
Getting some extra calories somewhere. We need to figure that out. All right, let's cut to the chase. I'm putting you back in the hospital immediately. And if you actually think he lost weight, we can see there.
James is like, I don't know why he thinks I've gained weight, but he's wrong. And I'm going to prove it to him when we get to the hospital.
I don't think the doctor's being fair. And I don't know why he thinks I look bigger. But he's wrong because I feel better. And I know I'm smaller than when I started doing this.
So they transport James back to the hospital. More time and resources are wasted. More backs being thrown out. They weigh him, and that shit calculates up to 840 pounds. This man has gained well over 100 pounds since he last came home from the hospital on that controlled diet. No, that can't be right. I couldn't have gained that much. Are you sure that's right? The nurse was like, that's what the scale says.
382.6 kilograms, 840 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Something is wrong. She's not reading it right or something. Are you sure that's accurate?
Yeah, from the bed scale.
Lisa comes in and she's like, what did you weigh? Did you lose weight? No, I gained a bunch. I'm 843.
They weighed me when I got here.
have you lost more?
No.
You haven't? You haven't
No.
lost no more weight?
I gained.
You've gained weight?
A bunch. They said I weigh 140 pounds now.
No, it's not.
That's what it's saying.
Are you sure that they didn't say 740?
Both of them are acting shocked and playing stupid. And then the dread and fear kicks in because they now realize that they both have to face Dr. Now.
I know the doctor ain't gonna be happy. I know that.
No, he's not gonna be happy, and he's especially not gonna be happy with me because I'm the one that brings you the food.
They both start sweating bullets, nervous, knees weak, palms are sweaty, vomits on their shirt, mom's spaghetti. So Dr. Now comes in and he's like, well, you're 840 pounds, so I think we're now on the same page that you have not been sticking to the diet, right? Lisa's like, well, He did slip a few times, and Dr. Now was like, bitch, just shut the hell up. The scale tells me everything I need to know, and the scale told me that he's been eating like a motherfucker.
All right, James, you're 844 pounds. So we're both finally on the same page that you're not sticking to the diet.
We have slipped a few times. I had car trouble. We didn't have a way to get food, so we had to order food in.
Doesn't matter what you say, okay? The scale is going to tell me what I need to know.
Right.
And what you tell me is not the reality about his eating habit.
Bro, if you keep going like this, you're not gonna last till the end of the year. Silence.
That really, if you continue like that, I don't think you're going to live to the end of year.
Then James want to start with the bullshit. Well, you know, I'm just now getting the resources I've been needing from y'all. Don't start with me. I need a home health aide. I need a nutritionist.
You know that I'm just now getting the resources that I've been needing.
We're talking about your food. We're not talking anything
All
else.
of it. I've needed all of it, though, to start with. I haven't had home health. I've had nothing.
Doctor now was like, hold up. You're telling me not to start? Do you know who the hell you're talking to? This is my hospital. This is my facility. I run this whole Houston area. Don't you ever talk to me like you crazy. We gave you all the help you needed. We gave you the same information that everyone else gets, and everyone else is able to follow the instructions but you.
Are you telling me not to start?
Well,
you should have Ross right now.
I asked for a nutritionist when I first got here, too. I didn't get it.
James, this is ridiculous. What nutrition you need except the instruction that I gave you that works? Everybody else can follow them except you.
Well, I'm having to retrain my body. Doctor now is like, bro, are you serious right now? You really think that these lies and bullshit is gonna work on me? Y'all just weren't cheating a little bit here and there. To gain this weight, you have to be eating 10,000 goddamn calories a day. You're eating all day, every day.
You're eating yourself to death, and you don't want to quit that. You really think you can lie your way out of this? You can't gain over 100 pounds by cheating just a little. You've been eating almost 10,000 calories a day.
I mean, I've seen and heard it all, but this is just damn ridiculous. This is a damn medical mystery.
I mean, this is just mind-boggling. Why won't you stop overfeeding him?
I don't know what the issue is. I know, like I said, that he has cheated some.
Y'all might as well take your asses back to Tennessee or Kentucky or whatever the hell y'all from, because this is a waste of time. Lisa was like, please, doctor, now, please don't give up on us. We need you. You is one of the best doctors in the world. We can't lose you, please.
What do you want to do with your life? You want to stay in the bed till you die?
No, I want to get out of it.
How?
Lose weight.
How?
Eat right.
So why haven't done it up to this point?
I don't know.
You might as well go back home, because there's nothing we can do for him.
Please don't give up on us, okay? You're one of the best doctors in this world. We cannot lose you.
Doctor now is like, if I send this bitch home, I'm gonna get that phone call. So I guess we're gonna put him back on a controlled diet here in the hospital, because he's out on the edge right now. He on the edge of glory like Lady Gaga. Another month goes by. James was in the hospital on a controlled diet, and now he's about to go home again. They got him back down to 783 on the controlled diet. Doctor now comes in before they send him home to give him a final warning. He was like, look, you've been on the controlled diet, so now you see how you're supposed to be eating versus what you were doing. So you know exactly what you should be doing when you get home, right? Now you have to be able to do this on your own before I give you this surgery. So I'm gonna need you to drop 100 pounds in 2 months. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't do it this time, we're done. Through. Finish. Because I'm done playing with your ass.
We had you here in the hospital for a month, and at that time we have you down to 786. So hopefully you see the difference between what you are doing and how you should be doing it. So you need to lose 100 pounds over the next 2 months on your own.
All right.
Here's what I need you to understand. If you don't, we are finished. This is your last chance, okay?
I know.
They send him back home and 2 months go by. We didn't get any updates in between. Next thing you know, he's back at the hospital to see if he has lost the 100-pound goal that Dr. Now gave him. Dr. Now walks in. He already knew what the dealio is. He knows that this is just about to be a final farewell. They click the scale. He's 786. Dr. Now was like, well, that was it. I mean, that's a wrap. Like, y'all just get ready to take your asses back to Kentucky.
So you are 788 pounds. This is mind-boggling. I think the best thing for you is to go back to Kentucky.
He is trying now, and I swear to you, doctor, he has not cheated at all.
Lisa's like, but he's actually trying this time, doc. Don't give up on us. I swear he hasn't been cheating this time. Dr. Now didn't even get mad. He was like, Lisa, I don't want to hear it. I'm tired and I'm done. If you ever want to be considered for the program again, the next time I see your ass, you better be under 600. You better be Amber Lynn size. Other than that, I wish you the best of luck.
I don't want to hear any more excuses. I'm done. If you want to be considered at all ever again, when you show up, you need to be under 600 pounds. Okay? Goodbye.
So James goes home. And these mofos seem to be confused about the fact that they just got kicked out of the program. Lisa's like, well, why didn't he give us another appointment time? That scares me. Yeah, he kept mentioning that we should go back to Kentucky.
He didn't give us an appointment to come back.
I know that.
That's what scares me. Because
When he mentioned going back to Kentucky 3 times.
I'm not going back to Kentucky.
I know. I'm just saying, that's what he said.
Bro, he said he was done with y'all. Like, done. What did you not comprehend? The daughter is angry and mad as hell at her dad for not making any progress, as she should be. Like, I cannot even imagine having a dad like that.
Dr. Now told my dad that if he doesn't change his eating habits, then he's gonna be dead by the end of this year. And that makes me mad at my dad because he didn't take it serious when we first got here, like I've been trying to get him to.
So James is feeling sassy, right? He's feeling sassy, and he swears up and down that he's about to meet Dr. Now's goal and get under 600 and prove him wrong. He's like, I'm gonna do more exercises. I'm gonna triple up on the dumbbells this time. I'm gonna get under 600. Lisa's like, well, you wanna do some dumbbell lifts right now? He's like, no, I don't feel like it.
All he did was fired my ass up even more. I'm gonna add exercises to what I'm doing already. That's one thing I'm gonna do.
You want to do some weights now?
Not right this minute, I don't feel like it.
So the last scene we get from this episode is PT coming over because James wants to try and sit up.
How you doing?
Good. Are you glad you're home?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Today we're gonna get you to sit up.
Now, he just wanted it to look like he made some kind of progress by the end of the episode. That's all this was. They turn and maneuver him to sit up, and he is just sitting there like a binder that's too thick to close.
Oh, my foot. I'm twisted. Go slow. Go slow. Go slow.
I got you. If I can clear this leg, we're good, okay? Come on. All right. Okay, grab my other arm. You're sitting up. Hey, you're sitting up. Squeeze my hand.
They're like, you're doing it. You're sitting up. I'm like, is he? Because he has 6 pairs of hands on him, like holding him up into position. The episode ends with James swearing that he is going to make the progress and get under 600 pounds. And even though that's the end of this episode, it is definitely not the end of the story, because we are now going to get into the Where Are They Now follow-up episode. But first, before we continue with the story of James King, I'm gonna need everyone to stop and double check to make sure you are subscribed and that you have liked the video, because I see some comments where y'all thought you were subscribed but you weren't, just like how James thought he lost weight but he actually gained 100 pounds. And you don't want to be like James, do you? So come on now, You know you like the commentary, go ahead and help a small YouTube channel out. So this episode starts 1 year and 1 month into James' journey. We see James working his arms out, pumping some iron. Both him and Lisa say that they have been on track because getting kicked out the program and getting the challenge to get under 600 put a fire under his ass, apparently.
He told me, I need to reach a certain weight before I come back and see him. And I don't know, it triggered something, and he just wanted me to go and prove to him that I can do it. My strategy over the past couple months is stay right within the guidelines of what the doctor said, that's 800 calories, and exercise 2 to 3 times a day.
So James is swearing up and down that he's actually doing it this time and that he's ready to change, and he's been staying in the calorie range and doing everything that he's supposed to do. So the next month, Lisa calls up Dr. Now and claims that James has finally lost the weight and he is ready to be considered back into the program. So Dr. Now actually makes another house visit to James, and Dr. Now explains that the reason he is doing the house visit is the same thing I have been talking about regarding how much time and resources are being wasted every time he comes to the hospital. Dr. Now is like, we can't keep affording to pay out all this workman's comp from all these backs being thrown out every time they have to move his ass. So I'm gonna go out of my way to visit James once again.
So I'm going to go over and see him first. Instead of wasting a lot of people's time and resources to bring him back to the hospital to just find out that he's lying again.
He gets there, Lisa opens the door, and they're all smiles and shit, acting all positive. Dr. Now asks him how things are going, and James is smiling. He's like, great, I feel better, my energy is better, I've been sticking to the diet, I've been exercising 3 times a day, getting swole, like I'm doing great, Dr. Now.
Energy's gone up.
And how is your diet doing?
It's going well. Of course, I'm not near as hungry as I used to be. I don't crave much no more.
Feel like you're doing better?
Oh, yeah. I exercise 3 times a day. I do a lot of weightlifting because I want to be able to push myself up.
Dr. Now is like, So, Lisa, are you still feeding him to death? Like, are you still the enabler? Like, what's going on with that? Lisa's like, nope, never again. You made me realize that I was an enabler, and I swear I will never be an enabler again.
He's doing great. He don't ask for anything, but if he did ask for anything, I think I'd have to clobber him. I'm not ever going to be an enabler again, because I think that you got that drilled into my head that I was an enabler, and so.
So Dr. Now is like, well, if you have been on track, then your legs would look better. So he checks out James' legs, and apparently they look better to Dr. Now. They sure as hell didn't look better to me. But hey, that's why he's the world-renowned doctor and I'm just a small-time YouTuber. Dr. Now was like, okay, you know what? It seems like you're actually making a bit of progress. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take you back to the hospital. But I'm going to tell you right now, you better stay on track and keep losing weight. Because if I bring your ass all the way to the hospital and you haven't lost nothing, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Okay, and it seems like you're losing some weight. So that's positive. All right, James, we will arrange transport for you to come to the hospital soon. In the meantime, make sure that you don't gain anything, because if you don't have a lot of progress, then we have a problem. You understand?
James is like, sir, yes, sir. I'm ready this time, sir. I'm gonna do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to lose this weight and change my life. So the EMTs show up to haul James' ass back to the hospital once again. James swears that the moving process is much easier this time and they didn't scrape up his sides and shit trying to get him through the door. His sides are still intact this time. So based on that, he is convinced that he has made significant progress.
It was much easier that time than it ever has been. Stand up. Man, that was much easier. My legs is hurting a little bit, but this has been the easiest it's been to be moved around.
Bro, it didn't look any easier for the people moving your ass. Like, what about them? And I'm sorry, but between the first time they moved him and this time, I didn't see a difference. Like, they still had to squeeze and maneuver his ass around. The only difference is that he wasn't bitching as much as he usually does, but you bet your ass he was still trying to manage the EMTs as usual because he's just so damn selfish and self-absorbed.
We're gonna get you out of here, okay, boss?
Okay, we gotta tighten my legs up though, if you don't mind. I don't want my feet to catch on that side.
Yeah, we'll take
I've had that problem before.
Just make sure his feet don't hit, okay?
So Dr. Now comes in to see them and check his weight. He weighs in at 770. So he has lost 18 pounds over the past couple of months. And Dr. Now was like, well, that number doesn't look like 600 to me. So I'm disappointed and pissed at both of you again.
Your weight is 350 kilograms, which will be equal to 770 pounds. So that's only 18 pounds in 2 months instead of 188, which is hardly any weight loss. So I'm very disappointed with you and Lisa right now.
This means that your ass is still eating around 7,000 calories a day. Literally the only positive out of this situation is that for the first time in over a year, you have lost weight instead of gaining. And that's the only reason I'm considering letting you back into the program, bitch.
Because it means that you're still eating around 7,000 calories a day, and you think you're doing 1,200. But the one positive thing is that for the first time since you started this process, you lost weight on your own. And that's the only reason I'm considering allowing you back on the program.
But listen here, both of y'all asses is on probation. If you even fart wrong, you're off the program again.
You're heading in the right direction right now, but you have to work much harder if you want to do this. But both of you consider yourself on a probation right now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you're gonna have to work much harder than that, buddy. Like, this is something, but at the same time, it's nothing. Like, you're gonna have to put in way more work. Oh, and while we're here and getting these tests and shit ran on you in the hospital, you're going back on a controlled diet. So James is like, I don't know why I didn't lose as much weight, because I've been doing everything right and it was so much easier to get transported here. I don't know what more I can do because I've been doing everything right. Like, I don't know what else I can change.
I don't know, going by how I felt, and when they brought me out of the house, it was so much easier, but I got no answers for why there was only that little weight loss. I don't have a clue. I mean, as far as changing stuff, there's not really much more I can do to change things, you know, because I'm doing everything right.
I'm like, how delulu is this man? Like, how can you be in denial this much? Dr. Now just told you you're still eating enough calories to feed 3 damn people, and you're gonna play stupid saying you can't change anything else? So they keep him in the hospital for another month, getting some of his health issues under control, keeping him on a controlled diet once again. They got him all the way down to like 640 or something like that. So they make him lose over 100 pounds in the hospital this time. Dr. Now sends him home again with a weight loss goal of 50 pounds in a month, which should be very easy to do since he just lost 100. And of course, Dr. Now tries once again to talk some sense into him, basically saying that he will not make it if he doesn't change.
So this is a simple goal, but I need you to understand how close to that you were, and that your condition is deteriorating and all your issues are completely gone and will come back very quickly if you don't do what you need. So you need to fully understand disaster is coming for you.
James is still choosing to be ignorant as hell about it, trying to lie about it. Well, we've been doing everything we're supposed to do. There's not much else I can change.
I mean, we've been doing what we're supposed to do. There's not much more I can change.
We try to make sure he doesn't have any carbs. He has salad and vegetables.
Dr. Now sighed so fucking hard. He was like, bro, you know that's not true. You know what you're eating at home. James has the nerve to make a stink ass face talking about some, I don't know.
He has salad and vegetables. We don't have potatoes. We don't have bread.
You know you're not, because you know how much you're eating.
Well, no.
I mean, what you're saying is just, it's impossible that you have the same weight and you come in and tell me that you're eating 1,200 calories.
Y'all, what else are you supposed to do at this point but let this man destroy himself? Lisa tries to make the excuse that he's eating the right foods. He's just struggling with the portion control. I don't care if he's eating 3 to 4 times the amount he should be eating on 0 carbs and nothing but lean protein and veggies. There is still no way he's maintaining over 700 pounds. I mean, Dr. Now keeps calling his weight gain mind-boggling. I'm thinking the sheer ignorance and the lying is what's mind-boggling. They send him home. Another month or so goes by. And the next thing we know, this mofo is rushed back to the hospital talking about his leg infection. It's out of control. I wish I had a running total of how much time and money and resources has been wasted on this man within the 2 years he was on the show. Because this is right here is ridiculous. Like, it's starting to piss me off. They get him to the hospital and surprise, surprise, he has gained back damn near all of the weight he just lost in the hospital on the controlled diet. And he is back up to 750.
All right. So as you know, James, today you just weighed 750 pounds. That's a weight gain of 112 pounds in 1 month.
I can't make this shit up. Dr. Now comes in and he is hotter than the sun. Dr. Now is like, all right, well, your legs are looking like a biological warfare zone. If this shit circulate through and cause sepsis, you're gonna be in big trouble, buddy. And Lisa's like, well, can you tell us exactly what is wrong with his legs? Because we have never been told.
And more infected than before, and infections building up and then get them in the bloodstream, we're gonna have a serious problem.
Can you do a biopsy or anything on that to actually find out what it is? Because we've really never been told what it is.
Dr. Now is like, bitch, what is the point of doing anything about it? It doesn't matter what we do if he doesn't lose any weight.
You know, on his
If we
leg.
find out what it is, what are we gonna do about it?
I don't know. You're the doctor. I don't know what you're gonna do
Well,
about
we're
it.
gonna have to lose some weight before we can do anything about it.
I understand that, but what about all the bubbles on his legs? Dr. Now is like, because he has no circulation, because he's fat as hell, and his legs are necroting. He's turning into a damn zombie. That's what's happening. Dr. Now is like, do you want to live like this, James? You like this shit? You like it when your legs makes people throw up? You like living like this? No. Then why haven't you done anything about it? I don't know. Lisa's like, well, we're gonna make some changes, but can you please just do something about the infection? We need you to do something about the infection.
Well, we're gonna make some more changes, but can you
But
please?
Lisa, I don't believe a word you said. You know how many times you say this?
That right there made Dr. Now snap. Now, I've seen Dr. Now get angry a bunch of times, but no one made the gangster come out of Dr. Now quite like Lisa and James. Let me tell you something. All that bedside manner and be hospitable to the patient and shit, all that went out the window. Dr. Now was like, just shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter what we do for y'all, because you're gonna undo all the work we do here every damn time when we send you home. Y'all need to do your part or I'm through. I'm sick and tired of this shit.
And you both keep coming here and playing games.
Dr. Now, but can you please give
Our
him
plan is to put him on a certain diet, and you follow the diet. You do your part, and he does his part, or I'm through with you. So I'm sick and tired of wasting my time coming here, bringing all the people working for you, and you do nothing.
Lisa's like, you don't need to degrade us. We don't deserve you degrading us.
We need you to help us. We don't need you to degrade us, okay?
It's not my
We need you to help us.
That is exactly what I'm doing. And you two keep wasting all the energy and resources given to you. And you saying you need help?
We don't have to be degraded and put down like that. We're trying.
Bitch, yes the hell you do. Y'all deserve to be degraded, and I don't give a damn what any of y'all in the comments got to say about it. Because Dr. Now is right. Months and months in the hospital of getting taken care of and catered to by the staff who has to do everything for him, including moving him, bathing him, and everything. At this point, probably hundreds of healthcare professionals and first responders have been a part of this process. And so much medicines and surgeries and therapy sessions that could have gone to other people who were actually trying. Months of hard work and sacrifice, not to mention the sacrifices of his dad and daughter, who he doesn't seem to give a damn about. He says he does, but he doesn't show it. All for him to go home and never change and then lie about it, because that's the kind of person that he is.
I'm not degrading you. You're the one who is degrading everyone here. when you come in and undo all the weight loss and rehabilitation we given to James. The only solution is to lose weight. And all I see is that Lisa brings you the food that's killing you. And frankly, I don't appreciate that you guys coming in and lie to me that we're following the diet.
Things get so bad that Dr. Now tries to call Adult Protective Services to see if there's any way they can separate Lisa and James. Adult Protective Services says there's not much they can do because she is not physically force feeding him. Like, as long as he's physically able to eat the food on his own, then, like, it's, like, the most they can do is open an investigation. And check it out. So a little more time goes by and they get his infection under control. However, Dr. Now knows that it's just a matter of time before this man kicks the bucket. So Dr. Now decides to run a little experiment. He does a little Sigmund Freud shit. This time when they put him on a controlled diet, he had the staff closely watch Lisa so she couldn't sneak in any food. And he manages to lose about 50 pounds. Then he had the staff stop watching her to see what his weight does, to see if she's gonna start, sneaking him in food.
But I'm doing an experiment. I had the staff watching Lisa when she comes. But this week, I had them stop watching her to see if James will have gained some when we check his weight today. And then we have definitive proof that any chance Lisa gets, she's gonna feed him to have him gain and slowly kill him.
So it's time for James to go home again. He's staring off into space looking stupid, probably thinking about his next takeout order he's about to put in as soon as he gets to the house. He's thinking about that biscuit and gravy soup. He's thinking about that damn cream pie. He's thinking about them egg rolls and fried rice. Like, it's all swimming in front of him. He's not even seeing the hospital room at this point. He's just seeing a buffet. So Dr. Now comes in for that final weight check to see the results of his experiment. And lo and behold, he done gained back the 50 pounds and then some.
And as far as your weight is concerned, 346 kilograms, 761. That's even higher than when you arrived.
James is like, how is that possible? Dr. Now is like, yeah, how is that possible, James? I wonder why. Any clue? Any guesses of why you gained back 60 fucking pounds in a couple weeks?
How's that?
You know what causes that, right?
You got to be kidding me, man.
Usually when he's here in the hospital on your diet plan, he loses 2 to 4 pounds a day.
Yes, he does. So why do you think he didn't this time, Lisa?
Lisa's like, well, usually when he's in the hospital, he loses a bunch of weight. And then that's when Dr. Now pulls the cover off of his secret plan. And he was like, huzzah, bitch. That's because I've been running an experiment on your asses and I had the staff stop watching you to see if you were going to sneak him in food. Gotcha, bitch.
I'll tell you why. You've been sneaking food in again. I purposely had the staff lit up to see if you would do this. This time, we caught you red-handed, Lisa. You snuck food in.
I know I did.
And then Lisa has the nerve to just smile and nod like, I did. You got me. But this is going to be the last time, okay? With a fucking smirk on her face.
I know I did. I won't tell you it again. This is going to be the last time, okay?
Bro, I'm telling you, this woman knew exactly what she was doing. Dr. Now is like, you know what? This is the worst case of sociopathy and bullshit I've ever experienced in my life. As my 115 years as a doctor, this is the most trifling, deceitful bitches I have ever met.
This level of pathology and deceit is just off the chart. You're killing him, Lisa, and you'll be getting a visit from Adult Protective Services.
But guess what else, bitch? I got another surprise for you. You can expect a visit from Adult Protective Services because I know what you're trying to do, Lisa, and I'm going to do everything in my power to stop your evil plan, Lisa Fur. I fear no evil, Lisa Fur. So guess what? James is sent home for the 11th time, and for the 11th time, he is quickly rushed back to the hospital. And guess what for? His goddamn legs again. I don't even know how it is possible to take this much L's. Like, this boy's full name is James L. King, because how are you digging a hole this deep? Like, this mofo has paths hitting bedrock. Like, he's hitting that lava core in the center of the earth that we learned about in school. Yeah, that's how deep he has dug his hole. So what we're about to witness is the final standoff with Dr. Now, and I am going to have to get back out the trigger warning on this one. Again, if you're already on edge today, I'm gonna need you to monitor your blood pressure during this scene right here. Do not operate any heavy machinery or anything while we go over this scene. He weighs in at 803 pounds, which means that he has gained another 40 pounds or so. Unfortunately, Adult Protective Services concluded that as long as he wants the food, they can't do anything about the situation. So it's looking like it's a wrap. James explains that he's swelling like a bitch, and Dr. Now is like, let me guess, you think this comes from drinking a lot of fluids, huh? When in reality, you're probably eating 10 pounds of MSG and sodium every week from Chinese takeout.
I've been having a lot of swelling.
Where? In your legs? Or
legs, all over.
So let me guess. You think it is because you drank a lot of liquids, but in reality, you're gaining a lot of weight again, and that's the problem.
They show his leg. That thing is blown up like a wacky waving inflatable, man.
I don't know about gaining, maybe swelling.
And you think it's all of this fluid? Is no fat in here?
This is what I've noticed recently.
Dr. Now is like, this is because you're still eating like the teenage elephant you are. James is like, well, she ain't been giving me no fucking food. I ain't eating nothing. She's lost 80 pounds and I've lost nothing.
Your weight is controlled by the food you take.
Well, she ain't giving me no food.
I couldn't
and
tell
the only
you
thing
what-
I'm eating is what she's bringing me.
I help him with his legs.
She's lost 80 pounds, and I'm losing nothing. Something don't add up.
That's because she's giving you everything off of your plate, trying to hurry up and complete her secret mission. Dr. Now is like, so you don't think your weight has anything to do with your eating? No, I don't.
You don't think your weight has to do anything with your eating habit?
No, I don't.
So what do you think your weight come from, thin air?
Dr. Now is like, well, it didn't come from thin air. Like, it's not all muscle gain. I'll tell you that. Lisa's like, he hasn't been eating over 900 calories a day. Dr. Now is like, okay, let's make a bet then. Let's keep Lisa away from you for just 5 days and let's see what happens. It ain't got nothing to do with her. Stop blaming her.
I'm gonna prove it for you. Let's make a bet, okay? If she doesn't come visit you for 5 days and get your weight down
It ain't
50
got nothing
pounds.
to do with her.
Dr. Now is like, look here, James. Look at me. Look at me in my goddamn eyes. I'm about to get that call. I'm about to get that call any day now. Lisa's like, Doctor, Now, you told me he was gonna die. Why would I keep bringing him food if you told me he was gonna die?
One day, you're gonna get a call that you didn't make it. Your body's not gonna tolerate this.
Doctor, now look, you told me that he was gonna die. I'm not gonna bring him food. The last time he was in the hospital,
All right,
sir,
you're
I
gonna
swear to
let
God,
me
I
help
did
him?
not bring him no food.
Okay.
I can name a few damn reasons, sis. Dr. Now is like, okay, then let's just separate y'all for 5 days and we will see, and y'all can prove me wrong. James is like, no, I've been with her for 25 years.
So stay away from him for 5 days. We'll see what happens. Is that a deal?
No. She's my wife. I've been with her 25 years. You just want to blame it on her.
No, both of you.
Yeah, we know. That's the fucking problem. In those 25 years, you've gotten bigger and bigger, bitch. James is like, why don't you pay someone to come watch me then?
You keep telling the same thing and you believe the same thing.
Why don't you pay somebody to come watch me then?
No, it's simply, let's let her stay 5 days, go have free time for her, and you stay here, let's see what happens.
Excuse me? Like the audacity is just unbelievable. The amount of resources that have already been wasted on your ass, and now you want a free babysitter because you're an 800-pound toddler? Doctor Now is like, we ain't gotta do all that. It's simple. All we gotta do is keep Lisa away from you for 5 days. Then James has the nerve, has the gall to get his fat ass fingers out and start telling Dr. Now, the world-renowned doctor, what the problem is. That he isn't getting what he needs, and Dr. Now is not doing enough for him.
James, we're not here to argue
The problem
with you.
is, here's the
James,
problem.
look.
You want to blame it all on the food. I have no trapeze. I'm laying on a
bed that's flat because you won't get me nothing that I need.
This isn't a hotel. What made you feel that you deserve any of these?
I ain't got no trapeze. I'm lying on a fucking flat bed because you won't get me nothing that I need. You just want to believe what you want to believe, and I'm tired of this shit. Dr. Now is like, bro, are you fucking serious?
What made you feel that you deserve any of these?
Because you want to be what you want to believe.
No.
I'm tired of it.
Look, I'm here to help you. You want to help
You don't
or not?
show it.
So they go back and forth for a while, with Dr. Now trying to call them out on their bullshit and the fact that he's in complete denial. Dr. Now tries to explain that they're trying to change his life. They're trying to save his life. And Lisa is like, well, we want that too. Dr. Now is like, no, you fucking don't, because you're the one hurting him by bringing him the food.
Who brings you food?
I know what I eat.
No, you're in denial. You don't understand what your problem is. And we're trying to help you to make your life different. And
We
you
want
wanted
his
to
life
do it.
different.
No, you're the one that you're hurting him, okay?
I'm not hurting him. I haven't gave him no food. I done told you that.
Lisa's like, I'm not bringing him no fucking food, and I'm sick and tired of you accusing me. Dr. Now is like, then how do you explain his weight? I don't know, Dr. Now. I don't know, but I'm telling you, I'm not bringing him no food. The 800 pounds is a miracle then. No, his body just don't burn calories.
I'm tired of you accusing me.
How do you explain his weight?
I don't know, Doctor Now, but I'm telling you right now, I have not gave him no food.
Okay, this
How does
is
she
all
lose 80
miracle,
pounds?
right?
No, it's not a miracle. His body doesn't burn calories.
I mean, there is nothing that makes you lose faith in humanity more than watching these episodes. His body just doesn't burn calories, y'all. Just doesn't burn them. Dr. Now insists on just spending 5 days apart to see who's right. And James outright refuses. I'm not separated from her. You're trying to break up a family.
If you're trying to separate me and her, that's not going to happen. You're trying to break up a family.
5 days is breaking your family up?
No, but I know what you're doing. You're blaming it all on her.
Why are you arguing? Do you need help or not?
Family? The same family that pulled a young innocent girl out of school so she can be your caretaker? Also, you can keep being selfish and refuse to change? The same family that you have caused a mass amount of pain and suffering due to your choices that you refuse to take accountability for? And you got the nerve to say that Dr. Now is breaking up your family? Dr. Now is like, look, do you need help or not, mofo? Do you need help or not? If it consists on getting her out the picture, then no. Dr. Now is like, okay. Well, unfortunately, you know what? If you can't agree to spend at least 5 days apart from her, then we're done. Like, we're going to discharge you and that will be it. You know, I wish you the best. I hope you don't eat yourself to death, but that's what it's looking like.
Why are you arguing? Do you need help or not?
If it consists of her getting out of the picture, no.
Okay, then you don't need any help. And if you don't agree to spend just 5 days apart from her, then there's nothing we can do. So we're done here, so there is no reason for you to continue on the program when you both want to listen or try.
Now, I swear in the original airing of this episode, they had one more segment where they announced James' passing and Lisa's reaction to it, but for some reason they cut it out. However, this is going to be the sad part when I have to tell you that James did in fact die 2 years later after filming due to kidney failure. Now, according to his family, he did manage to lose like 300 pounds and get down to 500 pounds before his passing. There is no details on how he did that. There is one photo circulating around. I don't know who that is pictured with him. I know it ain't Lisa. I know that. I don't know. Let's just give all that the benefit of the doubt and let's say all that information is correct and he did manage to lose weight before he passed. So what can we learn from this story? This is going to be my final thought segment where I actually stop joking around and get serious here for a second. What can we learn from this? Don't be an ignorant, selfish person that pulls your daughter out of school because you ruined your own life? Yeah, sure. But what I took away from this story and his passing is that there is such a thing as too late. Now, I'm not saying that if you're older or if you're in a really, really bad spot that you should just give up. In fact, I'm saying quite the opposite. If there is something that you want to do, that you need to do, a goal you have in mind, if you know you need to get your life together, stop saying tomorrow. Start today. Take it one step at a time and be serious about it. It's gonna be really hard and your progress will not be linear, but keep going. When you fall, pick yourself back up, and most importantly, learn from your mistakes. Because I feel like when people have a goal, that's the part that they miss. Like, there's nothing wrong with failing, but you have to be willing to reflect on that failure and learn something from it. Taking some accountability, addressing your flaws and your failures, that doesn't mean you are a failure. It means you're taking the first steps to improve yourself and become a better version of yourself. At the end of the day, James was a man suffering with many demons and deep into a horrible addiction. And even though I stand by what I said about him being a selfish brat, I do understand that addiction is a mental illness. However, as someone who also has a mental illness, that doesn't exclude you from accountability. Mental illness serves as an explanation. It's not the ultimate excuse for a free pass. You can't keep using it as an excuse to never change and harm yourself and those around you. Accountability is your key to success. Y'all, that was the dark and tragic story of James King. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, type accountability is key in the comment section. Don't forget to answer my question. If you had to come over and help bathe James King, how would you prepare yourself? Please make sure you like and subscribe or my cat Nova is coming for that booty. And that was it, y'all. I will see you guys in the next one. Again, thank you so much for watching.
I wake up and I eat, my enabler brings a feast. Blame my trauma, blame my past, blame my anxiety. Call doctor now, tell him lies, throw a fit and then I cry. Yeah, I know it's do or die, but you don't know what it's like. Let me tell you about my 600-pound life.